Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakal Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of JMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as were the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalia, and I'm from the JMS Jamaica Kingston camp. And this video is about the Mark of the Beast prophecy, which is a mark chip. Alright, so today I'll be focusing on the digital IDs. Alright, and these digital IDs are important to look at because it is a part of the system that's coming in. Okay, these digital identification systems are going to be tied into the central bank digital currencies, and it's all going to be stored onto the microchip for an all-for-one use. All right. Now, firstly, in the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." And the he is referring to the Edomites, who currently rule this world. And the Edomites are the so-called white people. All right. It is their wicked elite that will be pushing this technology. Okay. And it doesn't matter who you are or anything like that. They intend to microchip the entire world. Okay. And then it says, "And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." So this prophecy, the mark of the beast, has to do with buying and selling, right? Hence the central bank digital currencies, okay? Which is a digital currency that will be stored onto the microchip, where the microchip is used to buy or sell, right? Whether you're a consumer or you're a retailer, okay? You have to be a part of the system to conduct business, buy or sell, okay? So central bank digital currencies aside, you have these digital identification systems. Now, these digital identification systems, the World Economic Forum has gone into it, right? And they have their idea of how they want it to work. Or really, they've just put it out there how it will work. So let's just take a look at this image right here in regards to how they want these digital identities to work. Okay, so it says digital identity, you have the entities, you have people, devices, and things. So they want everything to be connected. Okay, and with this digital identity, it will include your healthcare for users to access, insurance, treatment, to monitor health devices, wearables for care providers to demonstrate their qualifications. All right. Financial services, to open bank accounts, carry out online financial transactions. And then they have other things included. So food and sustainability, they include farmers and consumers, travel and mobility, to be able to book trips, humanitarian response, e-commerce, to shop online, social platforms, e-government, for citizens to access and use services, file taxes, vote, etc., telecommunications, right? So you take a look at this, and to me, that's just like all aspects of life tied into your digital identity. I read out the first two intentionally, okay, especially that financial services, because your financial services will be tied to your digital identity. Those same financial services are going to be tied to those central bank digital currencies, all merged into one and put onto the microchip. You see? Right? It's really as simple as that, and it's all out there. Okay? You have some other images that show the same thing, right? So this is the goal, and this is how it will operate. Okay? So as you can see, even with this, the digital identity and having it being needed, really, that's how I'm reading it, right? The digital identity will be needed to gain access to all of these things because it's going to be a part of it. If you don't have your digital identity, then you won't be able to gain access to these services. That's where it's coming to. And all of that is going to lead to where it is a microchip. And unless you have the microchip, you won't be able to have access to these services the same way that the prophecy says it. Revelation 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So this is where it's all heading towards. Okay. You see things going on around the world, like over there in the so-called Middle East, which all of that does add to biblical prophecy. All right. Everything is building up to the ultimate climax of each of these prophecies. So it is important to look at these things. Though before, taking like a leap, I don't know if that's the right word to say, but like, you got to focus on this prophecy right here, because the destruction cannot come, which the destruction comes at the end of World War III, the thermonuclear fire upon America. It cannot come until this prophecy comes to pass. So when you see other things that are going on, you look at it and you're like, okay, yes, because we are in fact at the end of the rulership of the Edomites. So we are going to see these things happening. But always remember to focus in on this prophecy, what's going on here, right? So I have just a few things here. I'll start with this, Jamaica, as I am in Jamaica. Okay. So this website, biometricupdate.com, they are extremely diligent with updating all things pertaining to the digital identification systems, right? And here we have Jamaica Parliament, April 16, 2024. Jamaica Parliament soon to receive draft digital ID regulation for scrutiny. Now, this national identification system in Jamaica has been something in the works for a long time, all right? Like, well before I even came into the truth, it has been in the works, all right? And, Jamaica has been a front runner in regards to getting this system in place, And I say that because, each country, when you take a look at the development of the digital identification as well as the central bank digital currencies, and then the overall just structure coming in regards to like how, just how it's moving, right? Because like, for example, in China, they have their digital yuan, and right now the digital yuan is available where, and I have it, do I? No. But the digital yuan is now being used or tested for public transportation by taxis. Okay. So every country is like developed differently at different speeds towards it. Like India is very developed with their digital identification system. But out here in Jamaica, Jamaica was the first to launch the central bank digital currency in a retail kind of way. So now that's been launched, but they need the other part, the digital identification. And here it is, they're pushing it. You have some very suspicious characters here in this image. But here we have plans are being finalized to send the draft regulation on Jamaica's digital ID program to the country's parliament for examination and possible endorsement. I'm sure it will go through this time. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. Um, in the next few weeks, members of the House of Representatives will receive the proposed legislation on the National Identification System, NIDS. That's what it's called out here, right? So they're getting ready to put this out here in Jamaica. Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with oversight for skills and digital transformation, said in her remarks that the regulation sets out the appropriate framework to govern the NIDS. She highlighted the security aspect of the legislation, saying it will help in disputing fears and lack of trust which Jamaicans have about the national digital ID. All right. So, yeah, man, that's coming. So Jamaica's getting very close, right? Central bank digital currencies are already out there. Digital ID is very close. And then we'll just see what starts to happen after that, right? Other places that this is going on, you have Sierra Leone putting digital ID at the center of its digital transformation agenda. So they are also going under a digital transformation as well, which every single country is going under a digital transformation, right? It's clear to see, right? Barbados to implement digital ID system this year. So they're on their way as well. EU digital wallet framework finally adopted for digital ID, which is a paradigm shift. The paradigm shift from what? From the old way of how the world works to the new way of how the world will work with these digital IDs and the new way to pay via digital currencies, etc. All right, so the EU is moving along. And then you have Kenya raises issuance targets for digital IDs and passports. So they're moving along as well. Australia's digital ID may launch in July. Here's what to expect. And then, Australia is very, very, very close to being cashless. Very close to being cashless. All right, they're well on their way. Keep eyes on Australia. And that's just a few of them, right? But as you can see, many countries around the world are moving towards this. Okay? And that's just where it's at right now. Okay? Now, in regards to the mark of the beast prophecy, you are warned about it, you Israelites, because you don't have any chance for salvation if you partake in it. In Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9, it says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shemeshai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Okay, so if you take the mark chip, you're destroyed. You don't have any chance for salvation, and salvation is only for the Israelites. So the heathen don't have any chance. This message is not for them. Okay, it's only for you Israelites. All right, and yeah, man, that's just a current development of how things are going. And there will be further developments and further reports. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemeshai, Bashim Kal Kodesh, Shalom.